Hello everyone, welcome to Civil Engineering Department. This is Akash Agarwal, Head of Department at LJ Polytechnic. In this video, we will discuss about the subject Construction Project Management, and the topic which we will cover in this video is Safety Management. Let's start the session with the contents. The contents are causes of accident, importance of safety on the construction site, safety equipments, safety measures during excavation, and the safety measures for the demolition of the buildings. Let's discuss the first topic, that is causes of accident. Here we have listed the causes of accidents according to their nature. First is planning and organization. In planning and organization, the causes of accidents are such as defects in the technical planning, fixing unsuitable time limits, assigned of work to incompetent contractors, insufficient supervision of the work. And second, that is the execution of the work. Causes of accident in this such as construction defects, use of unsuitable materials, defective processing of materials. Third is equipment. Causes of accident in this such as lack of equipment, unsuitable equipment, defects in equipment. Next is management and conduct of work. In this, such as causes are inadequate preparation of work, inadequate examination of equipment, unskilled operatives, inadequate supervision. And the last one is workers' behavior. In this, such as irresponsible acts, unauthorized acts, and the carelessness. Let's discuss the next topic, that is the importance of safety on the construction site. The construction industry, employing the largest labor force in the country, has accounted for about 11% of the occupational injuries and 20% of all the deaths resulting from occupational accidents. The cost of accidents is expensive. However, economic cost is not the only reason for which a contractor should be conscious of construction safety. The reasons for considering the safety include: first is humanitarian concern. When the accident happens, the resulting suffering of the injured workers and their families is difficult to quantify in economic terms. The contractor should never ignore this even if he has insurance against the accidents. Second is the economic reason. Even if a contractor has insurance, he will find out that the cost of accidents will come out of his own pocket through an increase in insurance premium. In addition, there are indirect costs that result from the accidents. The direct costs can be the medical care expenses for injured, workmen compensation act, insurance premiums increases cost, fees for legal counsel, etc. The indirect costs can be slowdown in operation, loss of client's confidence, administrative work associated with the accidents, etc. Third, that is law and regulations. As per different acts and law, the employer should look after the safety of the employee. Violation of this law will be subject to punishment. Fourth one is the organizational image. A good safety record can produce higher moral and productivity and stronger employee loyalty. It will also improve the company's public image and therefore make it easier to acquire negotiated jobs. Further, next topic is safety equipment. There are some safety accessories which must be used by the workers while performing particular jobs on a project. This reduces the accident hazards to a greater extent. The various safety equipment used are helmet, gumboots, apron, safety belts and first aid box, gloves and goggles, portable light, safety shoes and fire extinguisher. Now, let us discuss another topic, that is safety measures during excavation. And first safety measures is the experienced foreman or supervisor look after the excavation work. Complete knowledge of underground structure is required to prevent the accident. Safety helmets should be worn by all the person entering a trench. Trenches should be securely sewed and timbered for a depth exceeding 2 meters. Excavated material should be kept away from the edge of the trench. Heavy equipment should be kept away from the excavated site. Fences or barricades should be erected to avoid accident. At night, excavated areas should be adequately lighted. Pathways should be non-slippery and of sufficient width. Seating should be placed against the side of the trench with plank held vertically. Next topic, that is safety measures for demolition of the building. First safety measure, that is the danger signs should be provided all around the structure and doors giving access to the structure. Second one is during night time, red lights should be placed around the barricade and entry of unauthorized persons should be restricted. Workers should use all the safety appliances or accessories. Any danger is anticipated to the adjoining structure, it should get vacated. The power of all the electrical, gas line, water line and other services line should be shut off and all such lines should be disconnected before the demolition starts. No demolition work should be carried out at night. If the demolition is done through explosive materials, walls and damaged roofs should be braced suitably. So we conclude our session here. I hope in this video you all have understood the basic idea about the safety management. If you have gone through this session thoroughly, now it's time to evaluate yourself. Here, as mentioned, you have to give the answers of the question and give the quiz exam from the given link. Till then, thank you.